School districts and universities all around Maine have been struggling with staffing for years. To help, back in December, Governor Janet Mills and her administration gave nearly $1 million to 6 different institutions, including public school districts and universities. The goal is for that money to help recruit, train, and retain educators through pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship pilot programs. Despite that, Maine's Department of Education is expecting the teacher shortage to be even worse next year. Thanks for joining us on News Center Maine at 5:30. I'm Chris Costa.
And I'm Zach Blanchard. The Department of Education recently released a list of the areas impacted by teacher shortages next year. News Center Maine's Sam Olson spoke with some educators today about how it feels knowing this problem isn't going away. Sam.
Hi, Zach and Chris. The Portland School District is one of many in Maine struggling to hire teachers. The Department of Education says the state is actually down so many it could qualify for emergency hiring rules for next school year. I spoke with one Westbrook teacher who says it's discouraging to see the same problem repeat in another school year.
People should care about public education, right? And it should be a priority.
But right now, this Westbrook High School special education teacher says it isn't one. Rochelle Violet says if the state wants to ever fill these gaps, something needs to change, and fast.
At what point, how long do we let it go?
Violet says one of the biggest reasons she's seen her own coworkers leave the profession is because it's almost impossible to live off their salary.
There are so many teachers here that are, single household, working multiple jobs to make ends meet. Because I couldn't live off of my salary, being only a 5th-year teacher, only on step 5.
And experience and years in the classroom is the only way to earn more money. She says learning that was a punch to the gut when she left her business career and took her first job in teaching.
It's not competitive to go into education. There's no additional motivating factors other than the passion for your work.
But what keeps her here is the love for the kids.
But my heart is just way too much in it to go back.
On April 2nd, the Department of Education released shortage areas for next year. It predicts shortages in nearly all subjects, including the basics like math, English, and science. Westbrook's superintendent says these projections are a frustrating reality check.
Salaries are not always high comparatively. But expectations continue to increase.
He says there are teacher positions open across his district right now, even when the end of the school year is about 2 months away.
It's a hard profession to come into, while those of us in the profession know it's the most rewarding profession to be in.
People like Violet, who say their passion for the job outweighs the problems that come with it.
I just think that something needs to change, that something's going to need to change.
If Maine qualifies for these emergency hiring rules, they will have more leeway when hiring candidates as long as they have a background check. People who, even if they don't have a teacher's license, as long as they have a bachelor's degree or equivalent work experience or are in a teacher training program, they all could be hired. Zach, Chris.
All right, Sam Olson live in Portland tonight. Thanks so much.